has won the die roll.
Oh, are we going to see it go all the way through? Now, Tearlament's not known to play disruptions from the hand, so this may just let him go all the way.
So the Tearlament strategy does have some points of interaction here. There's Herald of the Orange Light, which is sometimes played in the strategy because of the fairy count. In addition to that, you could also potentially see a one of halfness end up putting a card like Shaddoll Winda on the field with your mills are blessed.
Okay, so we're going to start off with connector into the Aqua Dolphin. Aqua Dolphin is going to get a quick little peek at Justin's hand.
That for cost.
And this will not only give us insight into whether or not Justin has any interaction, it's also going to tell Jeffrey if the coast is clear.
We're going to send the Fire Flint Lady as the cost. And, oh, the coast is not completely here. There is a Kelbeck. Kelbeck can summon out and just put a card back, but will it matter?
Let's select that.
Although we know what Jeffrey is trying to accomplish, which is to assemble all 5 pieces of the Forbidden One on the opening turn, exactly the pathway to get there is not something that we're sure of. So it'll be interesting to see if Kelbeck can actually work as an interruption.
So we're going to take the 2 warrior monsters, and we're going to perform a Link Summon into Isolde.
Search, first effect.
The 2 tails of the Noble Knights.
So typically you search a card, generally speaking, that's just going to be discarded somewhere along the lines of your combo. That's what a lot of the decks that are using Isolde do with the first effect. And then, of course, now the second effect is going to put a monster on the field that will likely reveal exactly where Jeffrey's going to be going with this opening turn.
So he did manage to add an Ignite, a Pendulum monster.
Yeah, this deck is going to incorporate, as we're starting to see it, a variety of fire warrior monsters. There's Ignites in here. There's, in addition to that, a variety of other warrior monsters. It seems as though Jeffrey's strategy is in some way, shape, or form based on the idea of putting 2 warriors on the field as fast as possible, as reliable as possible, and getting Isolde.
Oh, we are going to see the Kelbeck activated because a card was sent from the deck to the graveyard. That's going to summon out Kelbeck and return the Isolde back into the extra deck. That could be a disruption, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
I genuinely am sitting along for the ride with you, watching Jeffrey pilot his strategy. Because he knew that card was in Justin's hand, I have to assume he knows the path from this point with his combo deck.
Back to my hand.
Yeah, and he's going to add back the Durandal. Durandal can activate and just add another Fire War and just maybe keep going.
I have to imagine, based on his, I mean, I see an instant fusion in his hand. His deck actually has a very iconic and legendary Fire Warrior monster that he can summon out of the extra deck, and a variety of others that potentially with a card like
And it's something that you'd never see play.
It's actually a card that in the near future is going to, I believe, get some revisions and some releases.
In some way, yes. I think Jeff is right now mapping out his turn.
Each play when you're piloting a combo deck like Jeffrey is, that is so invested into one path, every individual play can really matter. And sometimes when there's that interaction, in this case, putting back the Isolde to the extra deck, when you're playing and practicing a strategy like this, you need to be wary of, okay, X has happened, I now need to pivot my strategy. I can still get to the end result, but it's a different line of decisions. The tree of decision-making has to be altered a little bit.
But right now, it should be more or less green light for Jeffrey. You've seen the hand. The main disruption, Kelbeck, has already been activated. So I guess Justin is also along for the ride now.
So here he's searching out Ignis Phoenix, the Draco Slayer. So this is a card that was popular in the Draco Slayer strategies that came out last year. This card is actually a singleton that he's going to be using with the other Ignite monsters that are incorporated in his deck list.
Now he's also now going to play the Instant Fusion.
Yeah, so I commented on noticing that he had a copy of Instant Fusion in his hand earlier. Now here is the Flame Swordsman. Talk about coming with an iconic deck strategy.
Absolutely. Now he's going to instant contact. He's just making everything instantly.
He has brought both Exodia, the Forbidden One, Flame Swordsman, and now this is another blast from the past. It looks like he's brought out Elemental Hero Flare Neos and going into a second copy of Isolde.
I think every single monster that's a fusion for him is a warrior.
Oh, that is definitely going to be the case. He has another pretty iconic one in there, too. Dark Flare Knight, a card that was popular back if you want to go play the Ultimate Time Wizard side events.
He's going to use the Pendulum scale effect of the Ignite, destroying both.
And now he's going to be able to search his deck for a Fire Warrior. And then when the Ignis is destroyed, including in the Pendulum Zone, you can special summon one Draco Slayer monster from your deck. Or an Ignite monster. You know, typically this card has been seen in Draco Slayer strategies, but actually has the branch over to the Ignite strategy as well. You know, Jeffrey's really showcasing a variety of cards that we don't see all that often.
But if he gets all the way there with just simply these two cards, it just means a 2 fire or just 2 warrior monster would maybe lead into Exodia.
Yeah, we saw that his opening play began with the Neo Space Connector, which is probably his ideal opening play because getting access to the Aqua Dolphin allows him to check to see if the coast is clear.
Okay.
Rock stab back.
So now we have the
Symphonic Warrior rocks.
This isn't a team.
It's created a different way.
Oh, this is?
It does. I believe it does count as a tuner because it was special summoned.
The Warrior Rocks has an alternate summon condition that's unique to its own effect. I don't believe it has to worry about the Warrior effect or the tuner.
With Renaud
And Gallant.
and
right?
Gallant, yes.
But this isn't a tuner.
Renaud might not be a tuner in
This
this
becomes-
case.
This becomes a tuner.
From
Oh, if it's summoned from the
Okay, I see.
Ignister, or the Ignis. It becomes
Oh yes, Ignis. The Ignis Draco Slayer does make it a tuner,
We're all good.
rather.
We're continuing. No, Jeff knows what he's doing.
This is what happens when you get old, Justin.
Yeah.
So effect to add back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Effect
And Templar back.
to add back the Templar.
Yeah, when Warrior Rocks is special summoned, you can
Beyond the
add one phase
pendulum?
of Pendulum Monster from your extra deck back to
I'm
your
gonna
hand.
Pay 1,200 to search.
And we're going to go with Beyond the Pendulum. We're going to be able to add a Pendulum card. Now, if you don't perform a Pendulum summon, everything is more or less negated.
Something tells me Jeffrey knows exactly how he was going to be able to perform a Pendulum Summon this turn to circumvent that.
Scale.
He's got the scales. Both scales.
Yep, looks like a pair of Ignite.
And now he's unlocked his true potential.
Harmonizing.
Harmonizing effect. Summon out another magician from the deck. Pendulum one. We're going to see Purple Poison.
It's purple poison.
That's a lot of monsters.
Yeah, Jeffrey knows exactly what he's going to do now. It seems like he's hit the point of the combo that's familiar, the point of the combo that he's probably gone through and practiced
Search.
countless times before this event. That one interaction, you know, required him to recalibrate a little bit, and I think we'll soon find out. Here we are. The first Exodia piece has made it into Jeffrey's hand, and look
The
at
first
Justin's
Exodia.
face.
Maybe Justin thought that, hey, this is maybe Infernoble Ignite,
Attempt
but
to destroy,
clearly
protect
no longer
with
the
Time
case.
Star.
What?
Look at Justin. I think he's starting to realize that he is about to experience Exodia the Forbidden One on the very first turn.
Dumping Blue Dragon Summoner.
He's just sent the Blue Dragon Summoner into the graveyard.
We're using this prop protects some of this guy. Oh, I see. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
So it seems like if there is a repetitive way for him to summon Time Star Magician, that may be the way in which he assembles all 5 pieces to Exodia.
Well, we're going to see a Link summon now.
Celine is going to gain counters.
Celine. We do have spellcasters in the graveyard. That's going to gain some counters. There's 3 counters on the Celine.
Use this.
I believe he can summon back the
Also,
Three
Blue
dice.
Blue Dragon Summoner.
Yes. Thank you.
There has to be a reason why he threw that into the graveyard.
5.
Yeah, it should be 5. The pendulum zones do count when Celine is counting the spells both on the field and in the graveyard.
That's a lot of spell counters.
You know, typically 3 is the point in which you care about, obviously, to be able to special summon, but
It's fine.
yeah, we're good.
Oh boy. Now where are we going to take this play now? There's stuff in the graveyard that can be special summoned back.
I'm removing 3 counters.
3 counters have been removed from Celine, and we are summoning back the Blue Dragon Summoner.
this might be the other piece to the puzzle in terms of assembling all 5 pieces.
We're going to Link summon
Second
further.
search.
Cross Sheep. Is there a fusion that we can go into? We got into the leg.
So now we know there are 2 pieces, and
Contact fuse.
He's contact fusing. That must be the fusion Draco Slayer.
yes, Dino
Dino
Mister, the mighty Draco Slayer.
I was going to summon back the...
From the graveyard, it's now going to be able to
Ping.
summon back.
Gains counters. Chain link 1.
I think that's why there's 3 Celines in here.
Yes, he's going to use Celine 3 times to assemble the 3 pieces to Exodia with the Blue Dragon.
That's an arm. 2 more pieces to go.
I think we have found the way that he's doing this. So it's not an infinite loop. You know, sometimes these type of combo decks find a way of looping a certain card an infinite quantity of times until their alternate win condition has been found. He only needs to get 4 plus, of course, the head.
Please, Justin, let us see Exodia be put into the hand.
Quite timely, talking about alternate win conditions in that How to Play video from the beginning of the day. Little did you know, by round 4 of the YCS, you'd be seeing just that.
And don't forget, Jeffrey is 3-0 with this strategy.
Goes to show you that when you enter a YCS, there are many different ways in which you can find victory. Of course, reducing your opponent's life points to 0, or as Jeffrey may potentially ultimately do here, using Exodia the Forbidden One.
We're going to Celine into Celine, and we're getting another search with the Blue Dragon Summoner. I think he just needs one more piece, and one more piece. I'm as excited as you are right now.
Truly, in the over 20 years that I have played this game, the amount of times that I've actually seen Exodia assembled is few and far between, and I certainly don't remember the last time I've seen it. So this is one of the most exciting things that I've ever seen on
That's the final piece.
And there it is.
Exodia, please.
Is he going to assemble it? Oh, yes,
he is assembling. Oh, Exodia, obliterate.
Wow.
That was amazing.